Chew. Excuse me, guys. I guess I'm just a little allergic to stardust. No, nobody got that joke. Okay, the joke will make sense once we get into the video today, so let's get started. What's going on, you guys? James here with some real news, and yes, last week we finally got the final episode title for Season 6 of The Dragon Prince. That means we've got 9 episode titles to talk about today, and I can't wait to sort of start connecting the dots, because does it feel like we're getting really close to a trailer? It does to me, and we'll talk about that a little bit today too. But before we get started, go ahead and hit the big red button below, subscribe to the channel, tap on that bell so you don't miss out on Dragon Prince videos as the week goes on, because I'm keeping my eyes open. If we do get a trailer, I'm reacting to it right here, and hey, I want to know your thoughts today about these episode titles, including episode 9, which we're going to cover right now. So get loud in the comments and let me know some of your theories, because looking at episode 9's title, I'm actually thinking something bad might happen. But let's go ahead and start with recapping the episode titles in order from 1 to 8. Episode 1 is Star Touched. Episode 2 is Love, War, and Mushrooms. Episode 3, The Frozen Ship. Episode 4, The Star Scraper. Episode 5, Moonless Night. Episode 6, Moment of Truth. Episode 7, The Red Wedding, which I'm still very scared about. Episode 8, We All Fall Down. So we have those 8 episodes, and I'm thinking, well, what could episode 9 be? Well, luckily, we did have a puzzle, and this time, it was probably one of the most exciting ones yet. On May 16th, Aaron Ehasz shared episode 9's puzzle on X, and it was a teaser clip. Yes, you heard that correctly, a teaser clip, and I already covered it here on the channel and reacted to it, so check it out if you haven't already. But in that clip, we see Ehasz crying, and then who I believe is the Merciful One on his back, comforting Ehasz. And let me tell you guys something. Yes, did Ehasz sound like a sad Santa Claus at the beginning of the clip? Absolutely. But I was so intrigued by who we now know is the Merciful One. And you're probably wondering, how do I know that for sure? Let's go ahead and dive into that. Aaron Ehasz quietly confirmed that this is the Merciful One on X. Superfan of the Dragon Prince at CEO_Kate basically replied to the official Dragon Prince account with a screenshot of the Merciful One and wrote, and I quote, "Merciful One, so pretty, help me." But it was all on caps, so I guess it has to be read like this. "Merciful One, so pretty, help me." Yeah, that's how they probably wrote that post. But then Aaron replied to CEO_Kate and said, and I quote, "They're beautiful and voiced by the mega multi-talented at Heifer." So we know this is the Merciful One, like I had assumed in the breakdown video, but I didn't know it was voiced by Heifer. So who is this voice actor? Well, they're not just a voice actor. They're also an artist. They've illustrated some of the coolest Dragon Prince posters that I've also covered right here on the channel, and the voice sounded pretty good for the Merciful One as well, so props to Heifer. Okay, so we know it's the Merciful One, we know what puzzle we got, but what's left? Well, the reveal for episode 9. I had some guesses. I thought it was Tears of an Elf, and then I think, I can't remember, there was another one, the screen will show you right now, but I really thought Tears of an Elf, that could be it, but it wasn't. Justin Richmond, co-creator of The Dragon Prince, took to X on May 17th and shared the episode 9 title with a caption that reads, and I quote, "609 answer, the set is complete." So, the season 6 finale is titled Stardust. Oh my goodness. Now my joke in the beginning of this video makes sense, but it also got me really hyped because I remembered episode 1's title. Stardust is in direct contradiction to the season 6 premiere episode Star Touched. If we are to believe the teaser clip is from episode 1 of season 6, then the Star Touch must be referring to the Merciful One reassuring Ehasz of good things to come. Good things for them, not good things for everyone else in Zadia and anyone who loves Raylan Callum. But I'm guessing the Merciful One is letting him know that while you're in this prison, or I guess in the sea of the cast out, don't be scared because you're going to be okay. Or they're telling Ehasz, hey, I have a plan to break you out, but it's going to take time. And I wonder if the Merciful One reveals this plan to Ehasz in that moment. I have to imagine that Ehasz is going to break out, but it might not come on his own. He's going to have help from the Merciful One. I'm already getting excited talking about this, and I just can't wait to see what happens in episode 1 versus episode 9, now that we have two titles that really do sort of play off of one another. But speaking of titles, I want to kind of just give you another snapshot of every single episode title because I want to dive into some theories. Episode 1 is Star Touched, episode 2 Love, War, and Mushrooms, episode 3 The Frozen Ship, episode 4 The Star Scraper, episode 5 Moonless Night, episode 6 Moment of Truth, episode 7 The Red Wedding, episode 8 We All Fall Down, and finally episode 9 Stardust. So I think what's going to end up happening, if my theory is correct, is episode 1, Star Touched, will be about setting the stage for Ehasz and the Merciful One. But in episode 9, Stardust, no, you're probably thinking, oh, that means the Merciful One or Ehasz, they're going to die. No, we still have the final season of this show, season 7, and we're still in the Mystery of Ehasz arc, are we not? So part of me believes Stardust means either someone, like one of the good guys and girls, they're gonna die. Someone is getting killed by Ehasz. Or 2, the Merciful One gets taken down, but it empowers Ehasz and makes him stronger and more aggressive and also probably a lot angrier, which tells me that the rest of Xadia will become Stardust. Can you imagine? I'm gonna be honest, the reason I think it's all doom and gloom for the season finale, I mean in a good way, in an entertaining way, is because when you look at episode 8, We All Fall Down, it's not saying elves fall down or Star Touch elves fall down. It's saying we all fall down, which means, I'm telling you guys, there's going to be a major death this season. I don't know who it comes from. Maybe Viren, maybe Soren, maybe Callum dies for a brief period of time. I do think that we're going to get an arc in season 6 where Callum and Rayla are of course going on an adventure to go and try and construct the Nova Blade, find the Quasar diamonds and whatnot, but Callum is going to learn the Sky Arcanum, I think, based on what we saw in the season 6 teaser trailer and these episode titles. I mean, take a look from episode 3 to episode 6. Episode 3, The Frozen Ship, could just be something that Callum and Rayla come across on their adventure. Episode 4, The Star Scraper, that's where they're going to go and find, I'd have to imagine, the Quasar diamonds, no? To help get Rayla's parents out of them coins and also maybe try to find the Nova Blade. And then episode 5, Moonless Night, also referring most likely to their adventure. It's going to include some other stuff too, but I think that adventure arc ends with episode 6, Moment of Truth, which I know a lot of fans are saying Moment of Truth is what Callum said earlier in the series before learning an Arcanum, so he could be saying it again, or the episode could be playing off of that to refer to Callum not just learning the Sky Arcanum, but maybe needing it in an instant because of what's next, the Red Wedding. Y'all, this is gonna be crazy. I cannot wait for this season. But we finally have every episode title revealed, right? So you're wondering, what's next? I might have some answers for you. I believe we're going to get more posters first. I think they're going to round out the posters based on the different Arcanums as they've been hinting at and we've talked about in the previous poster breakdown video. We've already got Moon and Sky, and I believe everything else follows. So what would that be? 4 more posters, yes. So I think we're going to get more posters, of course, but after that, I think they will drop a trailer that includes the release date that Aaron Ehasz in the past has hinted will be attached to the official trailer. Some fans, the rumor is that the trailer drops this week. I don't think it will. I think it's going to be either at the end of this month or the beginning of June, and I think we'll probably get a early July release date, maybe mid-July. I still think we're just a little ways off, maybe just a little, because they want to do more promo pushes that include first look images, clips, There won't be any reflection short stories, right? We've already talked about that. But maybe there could be more. And I'm almost wondering, I know we talked about San Diego Comic-Con coming up in July. Do they hold off to the panel? I don't know. I almost feel like the hype it's rising, but it's not at the level they want it to be for a full push towards the release date, and that's where I think the trailer comes into play. So I'm really curious to see when the trailer drops, but I don't think it'll be this week. Could be at the end of the month at the earliest, or at the latest, maybe 2 weeks into June. So really curious to see how they play this out, but props to Aaron Ehasz, Justin Richmond, Eugene Ramos, Devin Gill, and every one of the cast and crew involved in making this puzzle series so fantastic. It's been fun to cover it here on the channel, but you think I'm done covering the Dragon Prince leading up to Season 6? You are mistaken. I'm doing a lot more of that, so hit the big red button below, subscribe to the channel, tap on the bell, like this video if you haven't already, and get loud in the comments below, and let me know your thoughts on the season finale episode. What do you think Stardust means? Does Stardust refer to my allergies, or does Stardust refer to someone dying? Because if it does, give me your predictions and I'm gonna cry offline. Okay? Okay. Alrighty, y'all. Well, again, thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you at the next screening.